wisely, fighter.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, ooh, wow, my voice. It was so scratchy. We're gonna go through some new cards, some red BR cards, Vermillion Blood, VB Blood. Vermillion Bloodline is coming out on September 25th. We got some red cards, so let's go through some. We got Gogeta. When this card attacks, add one card from your life to your hand, then you get to look up to the top 7 from your deck. Add one extra card with an energy cost of 1, and then shuffle your deck. And then also when you do a Union Fusion, you get to draw one card once per turn. And then if you're at 4 or less, you may switch up to 2 even energies, flip this card over. Now he is Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Prophet of Demise. It's a double striker. When this card attacks, you get to draw a card, and it gets 5k for the battle. So it's 20k double strike coming into your leader. And then again, when you activate a Union skill, draw one card. Interesting. Probably going to be hard to do the Union right off the bat, but I guess looking at the top 7 for an extra card is going to be permanent for that. We got the Broly VR here. It is Broly BR, not Broly or whatever. Going back to the Broly movie. So active main, once per turn, you get to add one card from your life. This card gains critical, so it's not add up to 1, it's add 1. And then active main, you can add up to 1 extra card with an energy cost of 1 from your deck to your hand, shuffle your deck, negate the skill for duration. So you're looking for something specific out of this right off the bat. So you could probably just, of those two, of that one extra card, you could probably just be running 2 ofs, just in case, 3 ofs, so you don't have to fill up your deck with things. And then we got Broly the Awakened Demon. I feel like we've seen this art so many times, but it's not. So permanent, if you have a red Broly BR in play, the leader card gains critical. And then also when this card attacks, draw a card, and then this gets 5k for the battle. So just like the Gogeta is giving it a plus 5k, so it's gonna be the battle of who's the power, most powerful at that point. So that you have a Broly and Gogeta battle, and it's like 20k here, 20k there. But see, with this one is it's kind of lackluster because you need a Broly BR in play for this to get critical. Meanwhile, the Gogeta just needs a nothing, and it already has double strike. So it's alright. So then with the other auto, choose one card in your hand, discard it. When one of your red Broly BR cards is removed from battle area by opponent's skill or is KO'd, choose up to one red Broly BR card with an energy cost of 4 or less in your hand and get to play it. So we can see what we got for that. Then we got Unison. So we got Gotenks Earth-Shattering Might. Once per turn, when you activate a Union skill, you get to add a marker to this. So when you do try to use a skill on here, it has a +0, so you can just draw. You don't get a marker. And then this has a -5. This card gets my plus 15k power, double strike, and dual attack. I feel like it's gonna be hard to get markers on this unless there's cards in this red that gives you markers. So yeah, doing this -5 at tapping 4 for this or something, I don't think is feasible. Kale the Savage Berserker. When this card is played, you get to look up the top 3 cards from your deck. Then you get to add up to 1 red mono red Saiyan card among them to your hand. And then you place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So you don't shuffle, but you just look at the top 3 and grab a mono red. Once per turn, when one of your red battle cards activates swap skill, add a marker to this. And then we got -7, which, let's see here. Choose one of your opponent's leader cards. It gets -15 for the turn. Then choose one of your mono red battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less, and swap skill in your hand and play it. Okay. Minus the leader for the turn. That's end game right there. Okay, so we got a Reddit Saiyan Youth super combo. If your leader card is red, you're 4 or less, and all your energy is red. When this card is using the combo, it gets 10k power for the 10k power for the battle. Then you may choose one card in your hand, place it into the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw 2 cards. Alright, so this is good if you're doing a mono red type of thing. It's not saying mono red energy, but if it says all your energy is red, so it's another wording for not dual color, basically. Take the card that you don't really want in your hand, put it in the bottom, draw 2. Sure, why not? Super Saiyan Son Goku, Technique Unchained, active main, 1 red. Choose 1 skillless Goku BR card with an energy cost of 1 in your battle area. Bounce it back to your hand. Play this card from your hand, and it gets 10k for the turn. Okay, and then active main. This card this returns to the host hand. Do you have to activate this, or this is auto? Activate main. You can, so you can return this to your hand if you wanted to. It's not an auto making you do that. Okay. So here's a vanilla Goku. This is the red Son Goku BR. And it did say skillless, so it's specifically giving you that only choice of Son Goku. Son Goku, Saiyan Youth, is just like but it's not a super combo, but it's a blocker. If you have a red Unison card in play, when this card is played, you get to draw 1. Okay. And as a blocker, why not? Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Technique Unchained. Here we have an active main, same thing as the Goku, I believe. Choose 1 skillless Vegeta, energy cost in battle area, return it to his hand, play this card from your hand, and it gets 10k, sure. So yeah, it's the same thing as the 3-drop Goku that we just read, and here's the vanilla 1-drop Vegeta. Now we got Vegeta Saiyan Youth. Okay, there's a 2 cost. Let's see, if your leader card is red, when this card is played from your hand, choose 1 of your red Unison cards and add a marker to it. There you go. So play this from your hand, but it's a 2 cost. I don't know. And add a marker to your. You must be really, I don't know. I want to say desperate, but for 2 energies to add a red marker and I don't know. Here we go. We're going into the super rare. Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, Technique Unchained. It's a double striker. EX evolve over a mono red Gogeta with an energy cost of 5. This card can't be KO'd. When a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 of the red Unisons. You get to add 2 markers to it, and then you can't play battle cards for the turn. Okay. So this is giving markers to your Unison, which is not bad. When this card or 1 of your opponent cards attacks, you may choose 1 of your opponent's cards, and it gets minus 20 for the power. And it gets minus 20 power for the battle if you do negate the skill for the turn. So it's choosing any of your opponent's cards. So you leader, Unison, and that's it. So here we got the red BR Gogeta Fusion of the Gods. Interesting for why it would say Fusion of the Gods, but I guess that's Super Saiyan Blue God, Goku, and Vegeta, whatever. Unison for 3 red energies, then you get to draw 2, and you gotta pitch a red Son Goku BR and a red Vegeta BR, which is easily done, no problem. You can do that turn 3, do that, do some awakening stuff maybe. It's not restricted to leader, it's only restricted to red leader, so it's not like a red Gogeta or a red something, it's a red leader. So this will actually go well with potentially cooler or cards that have milling power. So here we go. We could choose when this card is played, choose 1 of your opponent's red or Unison cards. Excuse me. When this card is played, choose up to 1 of your red Unison cards and add a marker to it. Then choose all of your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 15 for the turn. So again, like with cooler, each time 1 of your opponent's battle cards gets minus, they got a miller card. But also if you have a 5-drop Frieza out, for each card that gets minus, they have to mill 2. And that's an auto. I believe if you don't even have to swing. It might be. Maybe I'm reaching, but let me know in the comments. Super Saiyan Broly, unlimited power. Okay, he's a unique. You only gonna have one of these in here. He's a critical for 35k, and he's a double striker. So if your leader card is a red, when this card is played, choose up to one of your red unisons, add 2 markers to it, then choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's hand, send them to their warp, and then at the end of your opponent's next turn, they add all the cards to their warp by the skill from their warp to their hand. Warp, 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 warp. Super Saiyan Broly Combat Evolution. It's a swap 6 for 1 red. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, or you have 4 or more energies, mono red Broly with an energy cost of 6. So you can only do the swap with an energy cost of 6 if you have your opponent has 3 energies or you have 4 energies. So it's either their turn 3 or your turn 4. You could do this, or beyond. Broly Power Up the Great Ape. You can swap. You can swap 5 with 1 red. Mono Broly with energy cost of 5 is a servant as well. So when you play this, it gains 10k. Then it can't switch this back to active. This is potentially a good card for Arrival or Awakening, Offering. What is that? Heartfelt Plea. Because it'll become a 20. You could probably plus it up 5 with another card with something, and then KO it since it can't untap. So you would want to be strategic with this. But if your leader's card is red, when this card is played, choose one of your red unisons, add a marker to it, and then the opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, sends to a warp, and then at the end of the next turn is added back to their hand from the warp. So we got Broly Bonafide Saiyan. It's a swap 4, so we got the swap engine going on here. Swap 4, 1 red mono. Is everything's cost. It's not even free. They're restricting it to red cost. You have to pay a cost. You have to pay a cost. Maybe it's really broken if you could, do this, but paying a cost, like unlike the other ones where you're doing free swaps and all that stuff, paying a cost is really, really, it's a lot. It's a lot. Servant, 10k, and it can be switched back to active. When this card is played, choose 1 red Paragus BR card with an energy cost of 1 in your hand, and then you get to play it. Haven't seen that card yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll see it soon. Broly's saying you, so we got all the kids when they were younger. So there's a swap 3, you can do this one for free, sure. If you have a red Ba, you can play this card, and then it gets, if you have a red Ba in play, then this card gets plus 11k, so it becomes a 15k attacker. And then when you play this, you only can play 1 for the turn, so like it's restricted. It's really, you can't do multiple swaps. You can't start the chain over. You can't go repeatedly doing a storm on it, basically. This is Ba, Broly's first friend. It's a blocker. When this card is played, you get to add up to 1 mono red Broly BR card with energy cost of 5 or less from your deck to your hand. So you can search your Broly pieces out with this, but you're paying 2 for it. It's nothing really that paying 2 for that is really, I don't know. If your leader card is red, Golemite, Beast of the Planet Vampa. If your leader card is red and it's your turn, when this card is used in a combo, if your opponent has 3 or less energies, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 30k or more and KO it. Alright, so you're going to have a 30k battle card on 2 energies, 3 energies. Unless I missed the Gogeta stuff, I'm pretty sure, yeah, you could do that. Okay. Ew. Alright, here's the Paragus Oath of Vengeance. You're really, really old. It's unique. Overlord gets to place the servants, at the bottom of your deck, and you get to draw 1. When this card is played, you get to look up to the top 5 cards from your deck, add 1 red Broly BR, or 1 red Unison with a specific cost of 1, so you're looking at the KO, I believe, and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Paragus, New Ambitions. Overlord, once per turn, again, you could take a card with Servant and place it into the bottom of your deck, and you get to draw 1. Choose one card in your hand, discard it. When this card is placed into your drop from your hand by a skill, add up to one red Broly card with energy cost of 4 less from your drop to your hand. Okay. When this card is placed into your drop area from your hand by a skill, choose one card in your hand, discard it. Overwhelm, saying something. Chile, trusted friends, a blocker, active main or battle. Tap 2 energies. Choose one red battle BR in your battle area, return to his hand, play this card from your hand. Okay. So what? The card that's being attacked, you could tap 2, bounce it back, and this card comes in and stops the attack? Okay. It's 2 energies, dude. Again, another one. This is active main battle. Choose one red Broly card with battle, return it to your hand, and play this card from your hand for 2 energies. So we got an SR. This is Bardock. Strategic Mind. Deflect. If your leader card is a mono red, when this card is played, choose up to one of your red unisons and add 3 markers to it. Okay, that's a big bump. 3 markers is a big bump. Nappa Elite Warrior. Super combo. If your leader card is red, 4 life, and your life is 4 or less. This card is using a combo, draw 1 card. Alright, cool. That's basic stuff. Here we go with the 7-star Dragon Ball, the Dark Dragon Ball. Choose 1 card and it gets 5k of power for the turn. We already got the greens, we already got the yellows. Now this is the reds. Choose 1 black Broly card with energy cost of 1 in your battle area. Place it to the drop. Play up to 1 dark Broly and play it from your deck or drop, then shuffle it into it. So we got black Broly. So we gotta choose 1 black Broly. I don't even need to see black Broly yet. And then play up to 1 dark. Okay. So you could easily swap this for something cheap, because this is a 1 black Broly, this is free, and then play up to 1 dark Broly from your deck. We gotta find out how much is this dark Broly. Planet Vampa. This is a field card. Once per turn, if your leader card is a red Broly BR and you add 1 card from your left to your hand, you get to look up top 7, choose, play up to 1 red BR Broly, Paragus, Ba, or Golemite with 5k power less among them. Then shuffle your deck. If you play the card, choose 1 card in your hand, discard it. Yeesh. That's a lot of words. Here's the extra card you want to look for your Gogeta. If your leader card is red Gogeta BR, choose 1. You get to play or add to your hand up to 1 skillless Goku BR and energy cost of 1, and up to 1 skillless Vegeta BR with energy cost of 1 from your deck, or the other one is from your drop. So you can play 2 cards for 1, or keep them in your hand from your deck or drop. Because you could do Union Patora on the field. I don't know, skillless, do they have anything for that? But you need stuff in your hands for the Union Fusion. So then we got Violent Rays. This is the counter attack. If your leader card is red, negate the attack. Then you get to choose 1 card in your hand, discard it. If you do, choose 1. Your opponent can't attack with battle cards with 20k power or more, or your opponent can't attack with unison cards with 20k power or more for the turn. So you could choose battle cards or unisons, and sometimes I think they'll go unisons depending on what's needed for the battle, where you can get cards triple attack. So alright guys, that's the end of the reds, and now I'm gonna go and choose a winner for the anniversary set. Just give me a second, we'll bounce right back into this. Alright guys, I'm back, and let's go to the random comment picker website here. Let's see, paste the link for the first video. It's gonna filter duplicates, and let's get YouTube comments. So the amount of unique commenters were 10, and let's see who gets it. Genesis Russell, nice box opening. I'm hoping to build the Agents of Destruction, as I miss using the AODs from set 6. So Genesis Russell, you are the winner. I'm going to copy this, and I will hopefully be able to get in contact with you. I'm gonna send you a comment and see if you can DM us on Instagram NYZ Fighters or Facebook NYZ Fighters, or comment on the videos and see how can we send you your box. Again, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you thought of the red cards for this upcoming set, and we'll see you in the next